Don't quote me though.
Hi guys.
Hey Alex.
Regards from Sigma.
Hi.
Having fun?
Hey.
No stand this time, unfortunately. But it's kind of fun.
Are you schmoozing and boozing?
Talking. Joanne, only talking to people. No schmoozing and snoozing. Not yet, at least. Maybe later tonight.
Have fun.
No, on a serious note, it's about 2 times bigger than last year, Sigma in Dubai. So maybe, I don't know, roughly 2 times bigger. So it's interesting. We probably should have sponsored them.
That's good. That's excellent. Cool. All right. Well, look, we've got, let me make sure we have everybody that we need. Got Darkwing, we have John. Yeah, I think we're good. Okay. All right. Let's start. Yes. Clear my throat. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Everscale Community Call number 96. Thank you for joining us. And we have yet another stellar lineup today. So we're going to hear about NFT standardization. I think everybody saw that in the announcement. We have quite a few Africa Everscale projects and use cases that are going to come up, which I'm very, very excited about. And we're going to hear an update from Everscale Academy as well. So yeah, it's going to be good. Before we get started, I'm going to do my usual repetitive blah, blah, blah. But, you know, for anybody that's joining us maybe for the first time, maybe on YouTube and doesn't know, want to make sure everybody's clear. So unless you're churning butter or milking a bull, and this is by a reference to a movie called Kingpin. If you haven't seen it, you should see it. It's really, really funny. Anyway, please turn your cameras on. We'd love to see you. Please save any questions you have until each presenter is finished. Please use the raise your hand feature in Zoom to do so. If you're on YouTube, please leave your questions in the comments section. We'll get to them at the end. And of course, yeah, we always do this in English. So just before we get started, though, I do have a small little comment I want to make. There was some discrepancy about the DUNE swap. So I posted a comment in the main chat saying that basically it's on hold, which technically that was past tense, correct? But immediately after it was rectified, a roadmap was created. So everybody from the DUNE community, panic not. Everything is going to be just fine. The swap's going to happen. And the roadmap itself, I believe, is going to be published and announced very soon. I mean, I've already seen a draft. So not to worry. We're moving forward. The problem is solved, at least as far as I understand. So yeah, my little 2 cents. Okay, let's begin the way we always do with technical updates from Mitya. Mitya, if you're ready.
Yeah, I am ready. Do you hear me well?
I do.
Because I'm in the middle of. Anyway, I'm in Belgrade now, actually meeting some team members here for that we have been relocating to more quieter places. So anyway, as you all know, we had rolled, well, not all, but the validators now, we have rolled out the update, which did 2 things. First of all, it fixed the shard that has stopped on Sunday. And, but apart from that, we also, it was actually a big update that we prepared for a long time that I spoke about. And this update contains a huge amount of actually stuff, like the Anycast fixes and several instructions to TVM, new TVM instructions like my code and init code hash instructions and zero thrift instruction and zero thrift. Oops, sorry. Did you lose me? No.
No.
No, we can hear you.
Okay, okay.
Yes.
So
yes,
zero
yes.
zero thrift and zero thrift 2 and zero thrift not and zero thrift not 2 and zero swap if and zero swap if 2 and zero swap if not and zero swap if not 2. So yeah, then it's we will release special documentation about all of these instructions, and then we also changed an account format, and there has been a compression that everybody was asked about introduced in this release, and set lib code and change lib code was disabled, which library stuff, and some fixes for validator not validating, and some fixes, security fixes in the DNL, and so on. So these has been delivered. The shard has been fixed because that was also part of the security updates anyway. So it fixed this as well for Unicast. And like, by the way, now all of this. So some of these are activated already, like zero instructions that I have mentioned, and some insecurity fixes and disable of lib codes and stuff that had been activated, and some of them has not been activated yet, like my code and init code hash instruction and account format change and traffic compression has not been activated yet. We will wait until we need to wait until the network is past to release like block version 20. So block version 21, block version 22, that's what we want to see, like more than 90-something% activated. Once it's done, we will activate these features, because these features are incompatible with everything, including, of course, C++ nodes, but also including up to version 20 of the current nodes. There are some percentage of validators still running version 15 and 16s and whatnot. So I don't know how to make it very clear that actually you cannot do that, guys. Like, you need to update the network. So yeah, so bottom line, waiting for network to upgrade to propagate, and then we will activate all these excellent features, extensions, and more stuff. So yeah, that's all from me, I think. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Mita. We have a question or a comment from Ben.
Hey guys, yeah, just a quick one, Micha. A couple of people have noted in the Telegram chats recently that the number of validators has seen a little bit of a drop-off. Is this due to, in layman's terms, I'm kind of asking for, is this due to, like you say, people not updating, would you say?
No, and it has nothing to do with me. This is a governance change that has been done to exclude some malicious validators. Again, I have nothing to do with that. I didn't vote for this. So you need to ask the global governance for explanations about this stuff, not me.
Okay.
And it's not related to technical stuff at all.
I also know that a couple of the nodes went down in the from the France folks, the DUNE folks, but we're working on actually fixing that now. So, yeah.
Excellent. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Next, we have John Canary from Everscale Africa, and Darkwing Alexei from Everscale Academy. And I think I mentioned earlier, there's a bunch of projects that they're doing. There's something called the Logiclink exchange, which I guess is still beta, but it's going to bring on things like Mpesa to onboard new users, table banking. They have their own native token called the, is it the Shujaa? I understand it's an Arabic word for hero or brave. Shujaa. Yeah, Arabic word for it means brave or hero or something like that. And they have their own NFT marketplace starting called IMARA. So John and I chatted a little bit. I think John is going to start first, and Darkwing, you're going to follow up, right? That's how we're going to do this. So John, yeah.
Thank you, Ron. Thank you for giving me this opportunity, the Everscale community, to present to you our projects for Africa. In this presentation, I will demonstrate our intentions that are in progress, some complete and others in developmental stage. The main motivation being to engage in specific endeavors based on research on requirements of the African community, the activities, and we wish to also upgrade those activities and offer a trustless platform to be used by the intended audiences. It is our hope also that whatever we are working on will be of great or immense benefit to the Everscale global community. So I will briefly share my screen and be able to present to you guys and show you what you are doing.
Mm-hmm. Please.
Yes.
It's still blank, I think. John?
Maybe some problem with connection, John.
Yeah.
Are you able to see my screen?
We see that you're wanting to share, but it's still just black with just has it says has started sharing the screen, but we don't actually see it.
If you want, you can maybe try to send me your part of presentation. Maybe I can try to share. Just an option.
Yeah.
Maybe it will work.
Okay. I'll just try to log in with another machine. Just in a second.
Do we want to maybe just shuffle the presentations? Maybe we start with what the next presentation would be, and then oh, never mind. There we go. I think we're seeing something. It says not responding.
We can.
Yeah.
I can maybe. Okay.
Yeah. Maybe Alex, you can go first.
Okay.
Stop sharing.
Okay, I can start with the second presentation, and then you will share.
No problem.
Okay, just a second. I will share the screen. Please, can you please turn off your sharing, and I will share. Can you please? Oh yes, thank you. Okay, just a second, Okay. Okay, Yes, let's start with presenting African NFT Marketplace, IMARA. So it's a marketplace which actually, just a second, some technical problems today. Okay, do you see my screen? Yes.
Yes.
Yes, great. So it's NFT marketplace, which is created for African artists and painters and everybody who wanna create something great for Africa and place it as NFT. I will briefly show some pages from this marketplace, its main page, its explore page. By the way, part of this page, I think all this page are now in development. And by the way, we have already published it on domain imara.space, but after we will test it, after we will test all mechanics, we will officially publish it in Everscale groups and invite everybody to test it finally. So, yep, just some pages to show you user profile design. The design was prepared to show some specifics of African art and so on. So what is the main? It's that we'll use native Shujaa token on marketplace, on NFT marketplace too. And by the way, one of idea which we are currently discuss, that you know, that is a problem, that is the usual problem when, for example, you need to decide somebody place some bad picture on your marketplace, and you need to decide delete it or not. To solve this problem, we discuss it and propose to create something like DAO, actually DAO, with this token, and token holders will decide what to do. For example, like in Roxus and DAO, we will create proposal, for example, delete this item because of this, this, and this. And with DAO, we will decide to delete it or not. Current roadmap, that end of March, we will fully finish the developing stage. In April for usability test and beta test. May officially for production release, and also on the May we will start promotion and user traction. It means marketing and all other stuff to attract more and more users, create something on this marketplace. And just some little sentence to add from me, that we are looking and waiting for NFT official NFT standard from Everscale Community to use it on this marketplace too. So I can say welcome to IMARA African NFT Marketplace, and soon we will publish this marketplace for testing, for feedback, and other stuff. And I think it will be really great project. Especially we can attract more people from African countries, and I think there are a lot of artists there. Thank you.
That's fantastic. Very good. Very, very good. So you're actually going to have a consensus based on people who hold your tokens to decide whether or not an NFT is worth going up for sale or not. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that DAO is the best way to solve this problem when we need to decide is it proper or not. And I think that Shujaa token, that our Shujaa token and DAO can solve this problem, and it will be more technical and more interesting.
Fantastic. Okay, John, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Sorry about that delay.
That's okay. It happens.
Just a second, I will stop my sharing. Interesting. Oh, I know it. Okay. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. John?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, there we are. We can see it.
Yes. So once again, I apologize for the technical mishap.
It's okay.
So,
Technology is never perfect.
yeah. So Everscale African projects are as follows. We have three categories at the moment. One is a local exchange that is Mpesa powered. Second is table banking. It's a digital table banking platform that is meant to onboard the unbanked and the banked, of course. Then we have the NFT Marketplace, which was to come the third presentation, but had to be done before this one. So those are the three projects that we are undertaking as Everscale Africa. So the details and features of the local exchange are Mpesa integration, which is a new feature and it's rare. I think I've only seen it on Binance, but not to the extent that we are doing it, because in Binance they are doing registration of merchants who are Mpesa traders. So as the exchange itself is an Mpesa registered trading platform from the service providers called Safaricom, we have a bulk till number, and when we make our videos, we'll explain this further through YouTube. The exchange also will have the normal asset conversion and trading, an escrow service to link the users and the merchants, and custodial wallets. We also have some population in Africa without smartphones. So we have the SSD message code that is given by the SIM card and phone and M-Pesa transaction providers. The application that we have developed is on, I've gotten some screenshots from it so that it will be easy and faster for me to present today. So this is how the login page looks like. It's not fully developed graphic-wise, but from the technicians and the developers, they've been able to produce this for demonstration purposes. We have the normal login, and we shall begin the testing phase later next week, and hopefully launch this product by April. Our dashboard looks like that. It has these particular tokens that are here to start with. We have on the left side, we have the dashboard, which shows you your wallet balances, your deposits, total withdrawals, and normally what an exchange does. The second item will be the table banking, which will be a major part of this. I'll explain it in another slide later on. But generally, this is how the assets are displayed. The prices are in real time and updated periodically. On this screen, we have the M-Pesa integration part. Now, we can deposit crypto assets normally, how we do from external or from within. But now we can be able to buy crypto assets. You can buy EVAs, you can buy USDT, you can buy Bitcoin directly from your phone. So for the M-Pesa registered users, they can be able to just put a figure and send from the system. It will send a message to their phone, and they will be able to deposit money to the bulk till number for Logiclink exchange, and the tokens will be automatically credited into their wallets. Withdrawal will still be the opposite of deposit. You can be able to sell your assets and receive money through the Mpesa. Mpesa initially it's the phone and SIM card together, so you'll be able to get your funds, your fiat currency on the phone once you create a withdrawal. Another feature that we have for the exchange is something called merchants. It's a merchant platform. So you can register as a merchant and sell your assets at a premium price. We'll be registering you on this platform so that you can be able to sell your assets to willing buyers who come to this platform, and mainly through an escrow service that addresses the trustability between the seller and the buyer. We also have the buyers registration, merchants, and we have the sellers. So the people who are buying can register as buyers in the system and buy assets at a discounted price, of course, and they can be able to set themselves up and sell at the same time. We also have the normal assets conversion from one currency to another. The platform is able to do that. We can be able to transfer the assets directly from an external wallet to our wallet, from our wallet to an external, vice versa. Now, a little bit of table banking, which is the second product in production. I'll explain a little bit of what it is and how it works. Now, table banking is investment in groups, where a group of people bring their funds together and save to do some kind of project. They can decide to bring money monthly and give it to one person. These are practices that are very common in Africa. So we decided to create a platform, a trustless platform, which members can actually transact without actually meeting. And we are laying down the group membership form, how an administrator can create this, his members, how he can be able to create rules for that group, how a group, a specific investment group can get funding, and how we can deal with the escrow service, holding securities for investors who are investing in these groups. We also have a section whereby we will be collecting data from our regular users and give them a credit score, which other financial investments or groups would like to know about creditworthiness of some individuals. We'll be able to offer that. We also look at the point of investments from these groups, because they will be saving a lot of funds, how they can be earning through staking and other auxiliary products that will be unleashing and table banking. On the final part on my presentation, all these platforms will be inaugurating a native token to be used within the ecosystem. So Shujaa will be on board, and this will be a utility ecosystem currency. Of course, we'll have EVAs in it. We intend to create a pool for it, and currently we are in discussion on the tokenomics, and we hope that it will be an additional investment avenue for Everscale network users. I was to introduce IMARA, but of course, IMARA has been presented, so my presentation comes to an end. Thank you, and I apologize for the technical hitches.
No worries at all, John. No worries at all. It happens all the time, believe me. If everything was perfect, it would just. It was fantastic. Let's see. Does anybody have questions? I don't see any hands raised. I don't see anything on YouTube, but I think people will likely write.
Ron, can I ask one, Ron? If guys
You
hear?
can, of course, of course.
John, first of all, thank you very much. It's amazing, Alex, of course. What kind of help do you guys need from the community? Are you okay? Or you need some help?
Well, I know maybe you would refer to the funding part. At the moment, we are able to get local investors at the expense of getting the projects being centralized. So that's something that I'm trying to avoid. People funding and owning the projects. It's something I have to guard. But we have agreed with the sub-governance that despite people funding us to run the campaigns, we will, once we launch, we'll be able to go to DeFi Alliance and try to see whether we can get funding for the marketing part and rollout of the project itself. Yes, I'm done.
Understand. Might make sense. You can take a look at the grants that the DeFi Alliance is doing as well. So that's one of the.
Yes. Yes. We'll
Alex is going out a little bit. So yeah, absolutely. I think an application to the grants program here would be absolutely fantastic, and I would personally raise my hand and say, "Good."
We'll do it. We'll be there.
Yeah. That's your access to funding.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. John, thank you so very much. Thank you. Excellent presentation. Very interesting stuff. Very just fantastic things. All right. Okay. Let's move to our next presenter. And speaking of NFTs, Everscale has been working on NFT standardization. Something that will be out very soon. We brought Marina back with us from ITGold, and I guess Marina, you have a little bit to share, right?
That's right. Hi everyone, nice to meet you again. Well, perhaps you know that the community did not accept the NFT Alliance proposal, but life goes on. We continue to work on our primary goals. And as Ron already said, for almost 2 months, NFT Alliance was working on implementation of the NFT standard in Everscale. Why is it? Because Everscale is, as an asynchronous blockchain, never adopted any standards for the NFT, and the ones we have in other networks are not effective in this case. So the task was to discuss the existing established practices and develop a solution that considers features on our network. Representatives of ITGold, Grand Bazaar, Scalepunks, Brox, Estonium, and other active community members attended the discussion in the working chat in Telegram, and a document containing the NFT standard and 3 substandards became the result of this friendly cooperation. Ron, may I ask you please to post 2 links to Alliance GitHub and general documentation from our chat and Zoom here for our YouTube audience?
I'd be glad to.
Great. Well, guys, let me briefly go through the main points of the standard. The TIP 4.1 non-fungible token in general, the standard which describes working with NFT, creating, managing, and eliminating it. The implementation of this standard is the minimum sufficient condition for creating your own new NFT collections. The substandard TIP 4.2, which describes the storage of JSON metadata in NFT. Everscale did not standardized the storage of the content component before. And each team made its own decisions and schemes, and we've considered the minimum necessary data set that will allow to reuse NFT and display it similarly in different browsers. That's what tip 4.2 standard is about. Tip 4.3 about on-chain indexes. It describes indexing of NFT by indexes in the blockchain for quick search of NFT in collections and among owners. Following this standard simplifies the search of new collections and NFT for existing and new explorers of the network. And at last, tip 4.4, on-chain storage. This substandard describes data storage inside workchains. Following this standard will allow storing data inside the blockchain, making it resistant to failure of services. And at the moment, the technical limitation of the network allows storing not more than 4 megabytes, but I hope this will be larger soon. Well, the next goals, the process on the standardization are to further development of the standard and transferring all NFT Alliance members' products to this standard. There will be also a possibility for users to upgrade previous NFTs to the new standard. And of course, Grand Bazaar IO will be among the first to support the standard. Then we are going to create some tools for convenient landing of new developers in NFT and GameFi sectors, and of course to support these users. And have to say that we also plan to standardize connecting wallets to off-chain solutions. That is why the next goal for the Alliance development team will be what we call EverConnect, a technology that will allow all the products and websites, markets on the network to support a single standard of operation, regardless on which wallet the user uses. It will be challenging, undoubtedly, but because it is necessary that all wallets support the technology, but first negotiations have already begun, so I believe it will be fine, although it will take some time. And that's all from me for today, guys. Thank you for listening. Maybe any questions?
Thank you, Marina. Thank you very much. And you know, I have to admit, I'm sort of know what's going on over there. So yeah, we have a couple of folks that are friends of ours that are also helping. So yeah, fantastic. I actually expected a lot of questions to come up, and surprisingly, I'm not seeing anybody. Oh, okay. We do have one from YouTube, and since we don't have too many from YouTube, I can ask it now. Gentleman asks, can you please show the code or interface of NFT? And then he says, oh, I didn't notice. Thanks. Okay. So that nullifies that.
We definitely can show the code in GitHub. So please welcome. I believe that.
Yeah, I put it in there.
Yep.
He
So yeah,
he
please,
saw it. Answered his question.
Enter the chat. If you need it, really, we have several groups in Telegram where you can find some information on the standard and get some news, and maybe ask admins privately about any information you need. We will try to guide you. Welcome.
Thank you very much, Marina. Thank you. Bravo. Very good. Okay. All right, let's move on. We're going to go back to Darkwing, who started us off, about the goings on at the Everscale Academy. And I have to apologize to him personally because he's been trying to get a slot for Everscale Academy on the call for several weeks. And by the way, this is a really small thing for everybody else. If you have anything that you'd like to present on the weekly call, you can just DM me at Ron Milo in Telegram. That's at RONMILLOW. If you want to present something, we'd love to have you. We'd love to schedule you ahead. But right now, we're like backed up like a couple weeks ahead of time. I mean, I can tell you that by tomorrow, we'll probably have everything locked up for next week. So, so please, yeah, if you have something you want to say, don't just sit in the background. Come and, come and tell your story. Say what you want to say. Bring your project, bring your use case, bring whatever. This way everybody knows and so forth. So anyway, Darkwing, Everscale Academy.
Yep, just 1 second. I will share my screen again. Okay, do you see the presentation? Yes, you see the presentation. Yes. So yes, I will start this presentation with use case, and especially use case how we plan to organize the work with courses. We plan and actually have now 3 user types. It's student, teacher, and admin, and each has their own user flow. And how it's happened happens. So teacher plays a course for Evers. We take about 15% for placing the course. By the way, we will discuss this percent with other Academy members one more time tomorrow. And we take 2 hours for every enroll to mint NFT certificate for their students. Because we decide in the Academy, we decide to make a little partnership with Grand Bazaar, and now with them we will try to make an API. And by the way, it will be useful for both of us, because they can use this API for other partners, and we can use it to demonstrate.
By API, you mean API, right?
API, yeah, API. And we can use to demonstrate the certificates on our website, because now it's iframe. By the way, some days ago, we start to mint certificates and transfer them to the students. And I think it's a good case, because from this little step, finally, we can test the concept that only NFT address can be approved for somebody that student really take this course. So for the student, it will be easy. Find the course, buy it for hours, complete the course, and get NFT certificate. And about the admin part, I like the idea of DAO, and and I think that in the Academy we will discuss it. It's currently on discussion, but also creating some DAO. And one of the point why to create the DAO is to decide is some course good or not. Okay, here I described the total use case. Create course, we check it, all the steps. NFT certificates available only in paid courses. It means the teacher must create just a course for 1 hour to share certificates. Also about Academy, that Academy and especially our advisors like Evgeny Morozov try to use every opportunity with help of Proxus and Everix. And as you can see here, we, especially Evgeny, participate in number of conference for GB in US and conference which are organized by GBA. By the way, some presentation of this conference you can find on the website in the presentation page. I will try to make it more shortly. So Academy token, yes, we create Academy token, which is called Academy. And yes, tokenomics now on discussion, but we plan to use it, to use this coin for DAO, for payments, and for allocating budget in Academy maybe too. There are some ideas that Evgeny proposed that Everscale Foundation creates the Academy endowment as follows. You can see some points of this endowment. And finally, now ecosystem includes and will include such resources like Everscale Academy, Everscale codes. It will be redeveloped and updated after full testing of Everscale Academy, and the board monsters also need more time because a lot of the updates in Academia. And by the way, we have started some very useful courses with African community, and I think we will continue to do them. So now the roadmap is that end of March, we will test paid courses and NFT certificates. By the way, I invite everybody for additional call. I guess on Monday, I will do official announcement in the groups. And I really want to invite everybody to test in real time, to test, to ask, and so on, because one day and all work I think will be is done. That's why I will make announcement for Monday to test it finally and so on. Also, April will be for engage community in making courses. By the way, I started to make courses with my own. I start with some very easy courses, like how to start first simple web app in Everscale. But we really want to make more courses which are more related to development, and I hope all developers will help us in this too, and I will try to create courses and other members. Also from April, I personally wanna change our main engine, because previously we used already developed LMS system, and from April, after testing current engine, I will start to remake it for getting more good parameters of scalability in React or Angular. So, yeah, separate roadmap for Everscale codes to moderate and harmonize existing documentation and Everscale codes. And about DeBot monsters a little bit later will be announced additional roadmap. So I will end with this because really too many directions in academy which we wanted to implement, certificates, paid courses, and so on. That's why a lot of work to do, but finally I think it will be good for Everscale community. Need a lot of time, but bring a lot of value. I will so now Evgeny Morozov, if you want to add something.
Yeah, I see he's here and he's got his hand raised. So Eugene?
Yes, thanks, Ron. Can you hear me?
Absolutely.
Yeah, first of all, yeah, Alex, thank you for good work. Alex, as you all guys know, has been an active contributor to the Academy, continues to be one. So thank you very much. I also wanted to extend a word of thanks to a number of our initial members, including Andrei Fedosov, Gerard Daché, and many others, who voiced support for the Academy and essentially suggested, also Broxus obviously, and suggested some ways we should improve. which we listened to very carefully. One of the suggestions that we received is to commercialize Academy activities. So what Alex was describing today is just an example where we would be collecting fees for providing services to teachers, students, and that would be one source of revenue. The other one would be developing courses needed by the community, like which ones are the priority. We expect to be told, for example, by DeFi Alliance, that there is a demand for such and such course, and then we implement it with a corresponding budget or funding, whatever, available specifically to achieve that goal by the community. Another example of monetization strategies that we are pursuing right now is to place, it's already in the works actively, to place Government Blockchain Association certification courses online, and also provide successful students with NFT certificates. GBA has approved this, provided already material, and so we just need to implement. That would be a third way to monetize. And of course, another one that Alex mentioned, tokenomics and corresponding potential revenue for the Academy, for the endowment, which we would love to create. All of that will be reflected in the updated proposal, which I expect to be published this week, and I'm respectfully asking everyone to support it. Thank you, Ron.
Thank you, Eugene. So I raised my hand. Can you just talk a little bit more about how you see the endowment working? I want to understand. So yeah. Traditionally, for those people who don't understand what an endowment is, it's basically a fund that doesn't get touched. Right, there's a certain amount of tokens in this case, usually money, that gets put into a fund. It never leaves. It just collects a certain amount of interest, right? Staking, if you will, percentages, and that's the cream that rises on top. That is what is used to fund different types of projects. So my question is, one, how much of an endowment are you looking for, and do you have any more details that you can share?
Yes, Ron, you described it exactly right. What we try to achieve is a situation where no sales of Evers that were dedicated to the foundation are needed, right? And they are kept exactly where they are at the moment. Instead, they are used for various approved investment activities approved by the management of the foundation, right? And those activities, like you mentioned one, staking, there may be some others, that money is used, and any success, any increase in value of that investment minus whatever minimal costs is indeed spent on a particular goal. In our case, on Everscale Academy needs. So this is what we would like to do. This will be reflected in the proposal, exactly, Ron, literally as you described. And we believe that this is a good way not to create any selling pressure on Ever, but instead create the funding with that original money that is used for educational purposes. That's the idea, Ron.
Yeah, I can see a lot of applications for something like that. Is the technology there? Are you able to do that now? Are we capable of doing that? I think it's, as you know, you and I talked about this. I always was a fan of this. My question is, do we have the ability to do it now?
Yes, if we assume that a multi-sig for foundation, decision makers is available, that's really what is needed. Because in any case, all of this is should be directly controlled by the foundation, right? And they are able to make decisions collectively, or whatever the mechanism is, as to what type of investment they would like to see, right? Basic staking, for example, maybe the safest one, or whatever else they might come up with. There's a lot of finance guys on board there, I believe, they can advise. And so they control that investment, and whatever is received on a monthly basis is sent to another wallet, which is dedicated to, let's say, fixed expenses, so to say, by the Academy. One of the things we would love to do is to actually bring in a couple of professionals, maybe, and those people will need a salary. So if we are able
from the cream.
Yeah, exactly, of course. So to answer your question about the amount, I think we should go in the reverse. We should first estimate what the reasonable expenses for like really, really useful team would be. And then simply say, okay, if we invested 5% per annum, what should be the principal amount? Very simple. So I'm sure a foundation can certainly do that. But the concept is not that we're asking for a particular amount. The concept is that we are asking for the principle to be introduced, that some amount is invested, and the cream, as you're saying, is used to pay for education and help us, the Academy, achieve what we really want to do, onboarding new users through education.
You're just asking for the soil that goes nowhere, but the trees that grow and the foliage and the fruit. Yeah.
I love you.
Which emerges is just for the picking. I love this idea. I am not enough technologically astute to say whether it will work or not, but we know it works in the off-chain world. I can absolutely see this working in the on-chain world. At least I hope to see it working. So yeah, that's I support this idea. Very, very highly support this idea. Thank you, EJ.
Thank you. That's all from me today.
Okay. Does anybody have questions? I mean, no. Let me check YouTube. Nope. So, okay. Hang on. Let me pull up my little cheat sheet for our final segment. I was trying to come up with something clever. I didn't really come up with anything that clever today, but our final segment, last but most certainly not least, our dearest beloved curly top huggable hipster. How do you like that? The Never Mind the Shitcoins podcast man himself, Ben's Bits. Hey,
a couple of minutes before 2 o'clock this week. Excellent.
Yeah, we got it.
Well, some excellent presentations this week. So really.
Hang on. Can we? I don't see you. Is it just me? Oh, there we are. Yep. Now I see.
I see you, you see me. Excellent. Right, my bits for the week. Let's get these over with. Flatcube have announced a bounty program for English written educational content. So if you're good with a pen, if you can write a few words and you want to earn yourself a little bit of a bounty, all the details are on the Everscale news channel. Everlend is quite an interesting little startup which have recently had their token sale, which is very cool. It's the first which is going on the particular platform. So again, do check that out. Something I've not looked into myself too deeply yet. I know there are maybe a few geographical restrictions for some, but EasyPay card, I assume it's pronounced EasyPay. I've only ever seen it wrote down. But IIZI is a credit debit card, which you can directly use with Ever, as I understand it, which is, I mean, to say that's cool is very
understatement. That's
exactly,
friggin' fantastic.
Exactly. I do like an understatement. Right, so Gate.io, they've updated the ticker at last. Oh, isn't that nice, eh? No, I mean, I don't do trading talk, but I think there was a little bit of a bump, which kind of, may have come from a million things, but hopefully that was in the visibility factor at very least. As Ron kind of mentioned at the start, but if you weren't here for the very start of the meeting, DUNE, yay, there is progress, there's much progress. I don't want to, say more than I know. However, I believe a batch has been moved or is being moving, and the wheels are turning again at last, and they're more than turning, actually. The proposal put forward by Damien and Fabrice and co is actually quite interesting. So I don't know, Ron, hopefully they'll be coming up to say a few words on one of the weeks coming. I do miss Fabrice's face. And the final bit I've got for you this week are about votes on EverDAO. So I mean, far be it from me to get all preaching, you know, that kind of thing, but just a little bit of kind of common sense advice, guys. A DAO indicates kind of community participation. If this is going to work, you know, I'm sure we've all heard kind of very silly stories about DAOs on other projects, which have almost been lambasted with preposterous, try saying that word 3 times, preposterous proposals. You know, for this really to work properly, you know, everyone has to take an interest. Now, I'm a little bit guilty. I'm only just sort of looking over EverDAO and all that, but you know, the more people out of us who are on there, you may think you're a small fish, but you know, small fish kind of fill the pond at the end of the day, don't we? So if we don't all get on there and vote, then, you know, something you really don't like might pass on a vote one day, and then there's sweet fuck all you can do about it. So DAOs are a beautiful thing. They are a technological innovation, but they do come with their own inherent kind of factors. So yeah, that's my kind of 2 cents on the DAO situation. I think it's a brilliant initiative, but we do need as many people as possible keeping eyes on it. And that's my bits. Thank you very much.
And thank you very much. And actually, I have a couple of things, right? Mita had to and I see there's a question or comment from Alina. I apologize. Is it okay if I skip in line? I'm violating my own rules, but there was a question regarding EverDAO was whether it uses SMV. And I don't know if anybody can answer that. And from the looks of it, I don't see that anybody here could. Mita asked that question, and I second that question, whether it uses the SMV concept. I hate the word assume, because we all know it spells an ass out of you and me, but nevertheless, I assume that it does. And if it doesn't, we'd like to hear that. Regarding Everlend, right, would be the proper way to say it. I'd love to have them on this call next week. So if you can hook that up, that would be good. Easy Pay as well, or Easy Pay. Easy Pay, I understand. So Easy Pay. So that's for me. Alina, yes, please.
Yes. Yes. Hi, everybody. I'm sorry to interrupt you. I just heard our project was mentioned twice already. Yeah, my name is Alina, and I represent Filatoff team. We work for Everscale for more than a year, and last week on Friday we launched our Everscalend.com project landing platform. I'm sorry we didn't manage to get into today's agenda, but we definitely do our best to
just
come
DM
next
me.
Tuesday.
Yeah,
Okay, great.
Absolutely, absolutely. I saw it, and I don't remember who I wrote to. I wrote somebody, said, "Could somebody please give me the person who would do this?" I absolutely.
Oh.
So you're in for next Tuesday.
Okay, great. We'll do great big presentation. I just wanted to mention that now, yeah, we have token sale, and we had news in all Everscale sources this Saturday. So you can easily find our website, and from there you can go to Land. Our token name is Land, and you can go to token sale and take part in this. And next time, yes, sure, I can tell you more and bring you a big presentation about us. But sorry, I would like also to say that tomorrow we plan to do AMA session on Everscale platform. So I think you will see the news about it very soon. Feel free to enjoy. We will be grateful for your questions and comments.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank
you. The AMA session, everybody go to that tomorrow. What time?
It will be 8 p.m. Moscow time.
8 p.m. Moscow time, which makes it, oh, geez, here we go.
5 p.m. UTC.
5 p.m. UTC. 5 p.m. UTC, 6 p.m. CET. And by the way, that changes in one day. and I believe the clocks, anyway. Yeah, the clocks move in one day. So everybody get your daylight savings time locally. US has already moved. Europe is going to move either today or tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. And I had one more just comment that I wanted to make. There was a article that came out on Medium. Well, that came out on Medium, but it obviously got retweeted, which is how to store and manage Ever. And Chuck, this one is for you. The mention of DeBots in the Surf wallet was very passive. And I would like to ask whoever wrote the article if they can just add a little bit more about DeBots, because for me personally, I think the DeBot aspect of the Eversurf wallet is probably its major asset. And the way that it was presented was very in the article. My personal feeling, you can yell at me if you like, but I felt like it just sort of grazed over one of the most important factors that the Surf wallet has. So please, if there's anybody who could redact, edit, I would encourage you to do so. It's a very important thing. So sorry, it's my own, let's call it shameless plug. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Thank you very much. Have a great week. Have a great weekend. And please come back same time Tuesday, and we'll see you then. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Take care.
Bye, bye, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye, guys. Great week.